Let's talk about 1.99% financing for the brand new Tesla Model Y rear wheel drive. The offer hasn't hit yet, but let's talk about when it's going to be coming up and maybe some steps for you if you're looking to be prepared for it so that you can be ready if you're looking to buy a brand new Tesla Model Y. The Model Y rear wheel drive, the cheapest, most inexpensive Model Y, just got released like 2 days ago at this point, and there's a couple different things that do not qualify with the brand new Model Y. We'll run through that. And we actually got some more information on like the timeline of all these different things. And I'll give you my best guess on when I think 1.99% financing is coming. But before we do that, especially coming for the rear wheel drive only, because it is available on the all wheel drive, taking a look at inventory for the Model Y, though, we can start to see some inventory creeping up for the all wheel drive. It seems like the demand or maybe the production is much far exceeded by the demand, or the production exceeded the demand. It is starting to rise up. We've got 518 Model Ys posted on Tesla's website. Everything else pretty wonky, and so I guess we have to take this with a grain of salt with all these different inventory fluctuations that are happening. So my best guess, to get right into this, my best guess for when the 1.99% financing will hit on the brand new Model Y rear-wheel drive is going to be July of 2025. And here's why I think that is. If you take a look at Tesla, when you go build a rear-wheel drive, let's say the cheapest version, the Stealth Gray, it actually says delivery range of 3 to 5 weeks for California. And so if we push out 3 to 5 weeks, that's essentially almost the end of June. And if it's delayed, maybe creeping in a little bit until July. And so, two things really need to happen here. The first thing is that we've got to get deliveries happening for the rear wheel drive in any sort of capacity, in any sort of color. So, like if the red one, the more expensive vehicles, more expensive Model Y rear wheel drives have to get delivered first. Maybe that's a strategy that Tesla will be doing. We have to see deliveries of this happen first. And so, in the past with the Model Y, they have definitely maybe or under promised and over delivered in terms of delivery date ranges, and actually it arriving before it actually said it was going to be. And so maybe we could see the first rear wheel drives delivering by the end of this month, or maybe in like the first couple of weeks of June, which June is the last month of the quarter. We know Tesla at this point switches up their strategies, and we start to see more promotion and incentives at the beginning of the second month of the quarter. Right now it's the second month, May. The quarter ends in June. And so we could see a little bit of a Hail Mary in which Tesla, if they don't like how they are sitting with Model Y rear wheel drive orders, deliveries, and whichever, maybe best case scenario, they flip the switch and turn on the 1.99% financing for the rear wheel drive on June 1st to really close out the month for the end of the quarter. So best case scenario, June. I'm thinking maybe middle case scenario, July. And then of course, as we get into the next quarter, middle of the quarter three, maybe it could even be an August timeframe for 1.99% financing for the brand new Tesla Model Y rear wheel drive. So hopefully that lines up with your time frame. I know a lot of you are still asking, like, when is this financing going to be hitting? And of course, there's other trims as well, like third row for the Model Y and also performance for the Model Y as well. So a lot of different things, but huge bad news, or maybe not huge news, but bad news is that the $2,000 loyalty offer, the one that, you could potentially get on an all-wheel drive, not only can you not stack it with the 1.99% offer, it is not available for the Model Y rear wheel drive. We actually spoke to a Tesla person earlier today. Of course, maybe we take that with a grain of salt because, not all the time they're 100% accurate, but at this moment, it appears you cannot combine that $2,000 Model Y loyalty offer with a rear wheel drive vehicle. And so Tesla really seems to be holding that this rear wheel drive has more demand. And I guess I kind of believe it now that we see that it is pound for pound, feature for feature, rear wheel drive versus the all wheel drive besides like an all-wheel drive system, and it actually has more range. And I mean, we already see so much demand for the Model 3 rear-wheel drive in terms of it actually having like a 1 to 3 wait list for that vehicle. And so I would imagine, worst case, maybe we see 1.99, maybe we never see 1.99. It really depends on inventory, if it actually starts to be stacking up in inventory with like the back end of Tesla. And it really depends on how many orders we get for the Tesla vehicle of the brand new Tesla Model Y. I mean, let's see if we can see any of the Model Y inventory currently. And of course, they're all going to be all-wheel drives. And the interesting thing with the Model Y is that we see a bunch of launch series Model Ys in inventory as well. And so certainly let us know what your thoughts on it. Let us know what you're thinking. Do you think or do you agree with the same type of time frame? I mean, as it sits at the moment, it definitely feels like the all-wheel drive, if you're financing, is a much better deal. I mean, even if you got like the $2,000 loyalty offer, then paying cash for the all-wheel drive is also going to be a better deal because it isn't that much of a big spread. It's $4,000 difference between the both of them. And so if you get that $2,000 loyalty offer, then you're getting pretty close to that real-wheel drive for sure. But let us know what your thoughts on it. When do you think that 1.99% financing is coming for the rear-wheel drive, and or when do you think more promotions are coming for the Model Y? I went to see if there's any inventory discounts. I don't see any just yet. The other day we saw like $500 off, $600 off. I imagine as we get into next week, which is the middle of the month, we typically start to see demo status vehicles and everything during that time frame. So we'll also start to see more Model 3 discounts, and definitely maybe a sliver of some Model Y discounts, just like how you can find on our deal spreadsheet down below in the description all the best Model 3 discounts, anywhere from $1,000 to $5,600 off Tesla Model 3s. And the beauty with these is that this is before the Tesla referral code that you can use down below in the description to get 3 months of full self-driving added to your Tesla vehicle. And so if you're interested, hit that referral code first, then go to Tesla's website and then pick a vehicle, any vehicle that you are actually interested in. Place a $250 deposit. In other news, it seems like Tesla is starting to introduce some Tesla workshops so you can learn more about the Tesla vehicles, latest features and everything. Ryan Torres posted this, so if you're interested in learning more, you can go check one of them out. And here's an interesting theory about like why Cybertruck is not getting autopilot. Christian posted this. Looks like autopilot will be killed completely soon. No more auto steer, just full self-driving on all vehicles. That would be an interesting move for sure, because autopilot comes with a lot of different vehicles, all the different Tesla vehicles for free. And so if it's just a paid option on Tesla vehicles, that can be an interesting move where Tesla removes that. But I really feel like that's a big selling point, if because of how well it is on the highway. But let us know what your thought on that theory as well. If you're planning on financing your Tesla, then there's one thing you need to do before you even apply: protect your credit. Seriously, because here's the wildest part. Bank of America just had a data breach recently, and they didn't even tell customers for a month. That means your social, your phone number, and your email could have already been out there, and you'd have no clue. Most companies wait on average of 277 days to report a breach. That's 9 months where your identity is exposed and you're the last to know. That's why I use Aura, today's sponsor. Aura constantly scans the dark web and lets me know if anything tied to me shows up: my social, bank info, or any of my personal information. And that's not just for breaches. There's so many different tools I use with Aura. Want to reduce those pesky spam calls? Aura's got it. Want to remove your data, like your addresses, phone numbers, from those sketchy broker sites? Aura has that too. They will also include $5 million in identity theft insurance, and everything's packed into one clean app. You can try it free for 14 days at aura.com/DennisCW. I'll put that in the description as well. Don't wait until someone else tells you your data is at risk. That's like turning on Sentry mode after your car got keyed. Protect your credit before you apply. I'm doing it, and you should too.